offense still got it. Clayton Kershaw was brilliant at Coors Field and is now just 3 strikeouts away from 3,000. The Dodgers offense did just enough. Timely hitting. Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts showing some life. And Shohei Ohtani goes yard. All that more coming up next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Tommy takes strikes again, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. Gibby! Meet Freddie! Tommy sets on the air, the other way, back it goes! Gone! One-of-a-kind player! One-of-a-kind season!
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain, credential member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers get the dub. They complete the sweep of the Colorado Rockies. Andy Padres gives us the heck out of Colorado. Andy Padres with an incredible play. We'll look at that later and break that down. Doubles up Freeman to end this one. The Dodgers, they win 3-1. They improved to 51-31, a season high 20 games above 500. And the story today was about Clayton Edward Kershaw, who entered this start just 8 strikeouts away from becoming the 20th pitcher in Major League Baseball history to get to 3,000 strikeouts, just the 4th left-handed pitcher ever. Only Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton, and CC Sabathia have gotten to 3,000 as lefties. Just the 5th player ever to do it with one team. And Kersh was dealing today at Coors. He goes 6 innings, gives a 1 run on 2 hits, 5 strikeouts and a walk, an efficient 69 pitches. He was crisp. He had the slider working, curveball not as much. He was able to identify that early on. So we're going to break down his start, but let me know down below in the comments section, what is your big takeaway from today's win? Clayton Kershaw doing Clayton Kershaw things. No Shohei for me. I said that it would have to be 9 strikeouts and 8. I predicted 9 strikeouts, and honestly, had he had left him in there, I think he would have gotten that. He would have at least gotten to 8, but it still makes a lot of sense to do it at home. It's going to be exciting to see that for Kersh, but it was just a really good game and a good series and a good team win for this Dodgers team. Kersh pitched well. The bullpen picked him up. Kirby Yates and Kopech had some traffic, but they still were able to get the job done. Then Tanner Scott, he had a walk there late, but was still able to get it done. The Dodgers bullpen, they combined to go 3 innings, give up no hits, had those 2 walks, but got 3 strikeouts. But let's talk Kersh right off the get-go here, because Clayton Kershaw was just, you could tell he was focused, and I think Kersh is the elevator. He is the elevator. He elevates the play of the guys around him. The bullpen, they want to pitch better. They want to pick him up. Position players, they want to do whatever they can to help him win. You got a big double play from Miguel Rojas in this one. You've got hitters, of course. It wasn't a great afternoon for the Dodgers offense, but they did just enough. And there's just something special in the air when Clayton Edward Kershaw toes the slab and you see that iconic delivery and you see that competitive fire. You can feel that competitive fire. And he was locked in early in this one. I think that you look at the start that he had, and yes, a lot of the talk is about chasing 3,000 strikeouts. And we know that, hey, that had to have been on his mind when he was deciding to continue his career. And we'll get into that and the significance of that as we lead up to that. But for me, my big takeaway is, hold up. Clayton Kershaw might be one of the best pitchers on the Dodgers still in year 18. This does not make any sense for a guy to be this good, this long, for him to reinvent himself again and again throughout his career. And today was another example of that. And now after 8 starts into the season for Clayton Kershaw, coming off the knee injury, coming off the toe injury, has the repaired shoulder that he had in the offseason after the 2023 season. We're 8 starts into the season, and he has a 3.03 ERA. If you discount that first start that he had back, he has a 2.08 ERA in his last 7 starts. It's not let's give this guy a retirement tour. Let's have him have a last dance. Let's give him his flowers. He's on the roster because he's Kershaw and all the stuff that he's done in the past. You can't kick him out. No, he's additive. He's helping this team win ball games at a time when all these younger pitchers, all these pitchers that have bigger contracts than he has, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, all those guys, they are not in games right now. And for this guy, old man Kersh Classic, for all of these guys that are supposed to be leading this rotation, it's somehow, some way, Clayton Kershaw still. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Tyler Glasnow has 5 starts this season. Blake Snell has 2 starts this season. Clayton Kershaw didn't even start the year on the active roster. Clayton Kershaw worked his way back. It was going to be a slower comeback for him, and he makes his way back onto the mound against the Angels on May 17th. He didn't make his first start until May 17th, and we're deep into June. It's almost July, and Clayton Kershaw has more starts than Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell combined. And like I said, you take away that first start against the Angels, where in 4 innings gave up 5 earned runs. His last 7 starts, a 2.08 ERA. All this guy knows how to do is go out there and be effective and be successful. And in this game, he was locked in early. The stuff looked crispy. It looked like you could see that life on the heater, and particularly that slider. And like I said, if you look at the mix, you didn't see as much curveball today as we've seen from him throughout this season. I think he recognized that in that thin air in Colorado, that maybe that 12-6 public enemy number 1 was not going to be there for him. So he ended up going with that slider throughout, and it was a really effective pitch. Today he threw 43% slider, 38% four-seam, 17% curveball. So 12 curveballs, 26 four-seamers, 30 sliders, and he did work in a splitter. The velocity was solid. It was where it needs to be, but the command was where it needed to be. And I think what was really impressive about the outing was you realize that, hey, he still is going to be confident in that slider, even if it's a 3-2 count. He doesn't care. He's not going to force a fastball in there, and he was using that pitch in big counts, big situations. He was getting outs with it. Got his first strikeout in the bottom of the first inning. He struck out Estrada. Did get him swinging at a curveball up in the zone. So he was going that curveball early, and I think he kind of realized, okay, I got to go with more slider in this one. Then bottom of the second inning, after he retired the first 5 batters that he faced, Doyle ambushed a slider that he left up, hits a home run. That made it 1-0 Colorado early. But then he bounced back and he struck out Arcia, another curveball up in the zone. And then this Dodgers offense, they gave him a run. Gave him some run support. How about Miguel Rojas? Give Miguel Rojas some credit. He's been playing much better of late. He gets a 1-out double in the top of the third. Shohei walks after that, and then Mookie Betts, he reaches on the infield single to first, and he ties things at 1. What is up with Mookie Betts and reaching on infield singles and pitchers not being there or first baseman's not being there? I had really good flashbacks of the World Series. Somewhere Garrett Cole was punching air watching that play. I don't know if he was watching. Maybe he's a baseball fan. You never know. Just catching some Dodgers-Rockies afternoon game, and who knows? But it did feel very reminiscent of Game 5 of the World Series, but the Dodgers tie it there. And then bottom third, Kersh gives up a 1-out single to Ritter. and then still able to get out of it. He got some ground ball outs after that, so he works his way around that single. And then bottom of the fourth inning, the most critical play of the game while Kersh was on the mound, after he issued a 4-pitch leadoff walk to Estrada, totally grounded into a double play 5-4-3, and Miguel Rojas made a fantastic play, and I was getting the nostalgia feels there. I was getting the nostalgia feels for Miguel Rojas at third base and thinking of that night, that summer night back in 2014, June 18th, 2014, when Miguel Rojas was playing third and he saved Clayton Kershaw's no-hitter. Yes, Hanley Ramirez ruined it, but hey, if it weren't for Miguel Rojas, that wouldn't have been a no-no. So another big play there. He gets a double play, gets out of that jam, and that was huge for Kersh in that one. And then bottom of the fifth goes 1-2-3, got Fulford looking, a 3-2 count, goes that slider down the zone. So that's when you see a guy that's trusting his stuff. And then how about the other guy that's a part of that MV3 that's been struggling of late, Freddie Freeman? He has won for his last 20, and after a Mookie Betts double and a Will Smith walk, he steps up to the plate with runners on first and second, sees a first pitch changeup going away from him, and Freddie comes through. He gets the base hit. That scores Mookie, and the Dodgers, they take the lead.
Nobody out in a tie ball game. And Freddie ropes it to right on the very first pitch. Green light for Mookie Betts. The Dodgers hop in front.
So big takeaway in this one is, yes, Kersh was great. Yes, he's closing on 3K. But Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, they need to have a positive day, and they did just that. Mookie Betts got the double to set up that inning. He also had the infield singles, able to take part in both of their early runs. And then Freddie Freeman getting a much-needed base hit. Yes, you want to see a double or a home run, whatever it may be, but just a good positive at-bat and finding a way to get his bat on a ball early in the count. Getting that barrel, that changeup was big. The Dodgers take a 2-1 lead. And then Kersh goes 1-2-3 in the sixth. He struck out Freeman. He got him looking at a slider away, but that was it. Kersh's day was done after just 69 pitches, 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, and now he's very, very close, just 3 strikeouts away. I'm a little upset because I wanted him to stay in the game. Yes, Dodger Stadium would be great, and it is going to be great. It's going to be electric. When it's going to happen, by the way, it'll be next Wednesday when they take on the White Sox. What if he strikes out Miguel Vargas? Who knows? That could happen. But it's going to happen. It will happen. Yes, anything can happen in baseball, but I feel good about the fact that it'll be at Dodger Stadium. It'll be a sellout. It'll be electrifying, and it'll be a great moment. He'll have the strikeout, then he'll step off the mound. You have a video montage. They'll play his walkout warm-up song, the We Are Young Tonight. And it'll be just this great, awesome moment, and I can't wait to see it. They'll show his family. It'll be beautiful. But, hey, if he stays in this game, he would have been able to get it done. But let me know down below in the comment section, Clayton Kershaw, man, a Clayton Kershaw day. I'm going to miss these days. I really am. I'm going to miss these days. I'm going to cherish these days. He has more yesterdays than tomorrows in his career. But I also want to point something out. I see people, hey, his career is over. Hey, this and that. As long as he can pitch like this, why would he retire? I mean, if he does contribute this season, help this team win a World Series, I think he'll ride off into the sunset, and that makes sense. But, hey, he's still effective out there. And as long as he has the feel for that slide, he can go out there and be effective. I have enjoyed the entire ride from Clayton Kershaw. I mean, dude, talking to him a couple times this season, I remember telling Kersh, like, hey, man, like, not going to lie, like, I wore your jersey. I wear your jersey like all the time. I wear it to school and stuff. Things like that. I mean, a Clayton Kershaw number 22 jersey was probably the quintessential fashion piece in my wardrobe for a long time. It really became my personality trait to rock that Kershaw jersey. So just to get to see him be this good for this long and come back and be healthy and contribute the way that he has, I'm just happy that he's just able to go through his routine and be with his teammates and be a part of this because, yeah, it was great to see him at the parade saying, Dodger for life, and all that great stuff. But you know that Kersh is at his happiest when he's navigating his way through a season, being a part of a club and feeling like he's helping this team wins. And Clayton Kershaw is a reason why the Los Angeles Dodgers have the most wins in the National League. So, yeah, for all my devout Christians, people believe in the Church of Christianity, a great day for us. But here was Clayton Kershaw after the game, reacting to his start and talking about history that will be coming up next week at Dodger Stadium.
How did you feel out there today?
Oh, I felt good, actually, yeah. Felt better than the last couple, so that was good. Yeah, I mean, I think the play of the day was Miggy after that 4-pitch walk. You know, totally hits the ball hard down the line. It could have been, you know, one run in, runner on second, nobody out. So to turn that double play there was kind of the game changer. And able to get some quick outs. And, yeah, but really, Miggy's play was the biggest play of the day by far.
You only threw 69 pitches in 6 innings. Is that a big key to you now, just getting those quick outs and getting that defense behind you?
I mean, you always want to be efficient no matter what. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, my days of throwing 115 pitches is probably over. But, you know, I think getting through 6 is probably the biggest thing at Coors Field. And, you know, Doc's doing a good job of protecting me, which I appreciate too. So I want to just be able to go back out there every 5th, 6th day. So whatever that means for me is good for now.
So you're now just 3 strikeouts away from 3,000. You have a chance to do it at home. How special would that be for you?
Yeah, it would be. It would be very special. It would be.
Were you kind of, how mindful of you were that, just of the total today while you were pitching?
Yeah, I mean, I know I had 8 to go. Freddie's really good at reminding me every day. So, and, you know, 8 in Colorado's never going to be easy to do. So, but, you know, pitched well, got through 6, and a chance to maybe strike out 3 at home would be really cool.
How have you felt just overall about how we kind of look, how your stuff's kind of played at this point?
I'm kind of neutral. You know, I think there's good days and bad days, good pitches and bad pitches. So, not as consistent, not as perfect as I would want, but the results, you know, have been okay. And at the end of the day, we're winning games that I've been on the mound. So I'm thankful for that, and just a product of being on a great team.
Product of being on a great team, and he's a reason why they are a great team. The strikeouts were there today, a couple on the curve, 3 on the slider. And if he gets to that 3,000 his next game, which I believe that he will, I mean, unless a lot of things go wrong, which you hope they do not, he will join Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer as the other active pitchers to have 3,000. Right now, Scherzer has 3,412 in 18 seasons. Verlander has 3,468 in 20 seasons. Of course, Kersh, he's got the WAR as far as WAR per 162 and things like that over those guys. He's the pitcher of the generation. I think there's no doubt about that. I'm going to spend some segments talking about that later next week. We're going to take a deep dive into that one. But I will say, for all the people out there that said after his first start against the Angels when things didn't look great, for him to retire, add that to the list of things that we got to apologize for this season, because he still clearly can help this team. He can still get big league hitters out at a high clip, and it's a great sight to see. But let's open it up to the comments here. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show, number 1 Dodgers postgame show on YouTube. Nero says, save the 3K for the home crowd, although the Dodgers fans make road games. Home games, yeah, a lot of Dodgers fans there today. Let's be honest. If he was sitting at 5 strikeouts and needed 3 to get 3K, and that was a home game, and you're at 69 pitches, I think you let him keep going, but this makes sense. I mean, you don't want to burn him to the ground, too. Let's not forget a couple seasons ago, he was in Colorado, and that's where he hurt his shoulder. So, like, that is definitely something you have to take into account. Anytime you're pitching at Coors Field, it's not the easiest place to pitch. It's one of the nightmares of baseball to go in there and pitch there. But to have him go have that success and not burn the ground and keep that 3K for the home crowd, it's definitely awesome. Jeff says, Kershaw haters will never admit they were wrong. J Kid 323, Kershaw's not retiring until he hits 3 100 wins. Trophy yellow smiling. I love that. Foxy Cinnamon, also fun to see Pages being the big dog in the ninth. Yeah, trust me, I'm going to talk about that for sure. Roger Smith, an LA Rams hat. Yeah, he was rocking his Rams hat. Stafford's usually the dude that's rocking a Dodgers hat. So, hey, great to see the BFS. It's a very little-known fact. You probably didn't know this, but Matthew Stafford and Clayton Kershaw, they are friends, and they grew up together in Hyde Park, Texas. Obviously, everyone knows that. We've got Kershaw 5-0 this season. We got, hey, D-Mac, what day will Kersh pitch again? So that will be next Wednesday at Dodger Stadium. That is where he is lined up. It'll be against the Chicago White Sox. So another one of the bottom-feeding teams in Major League Baseball. They're basically the American League Rockies at this point, but it's a 7:10 start Wednesday, July 2nd. That is when he'll be lined up to make another start. But let's continue to read some comments here. You guys think Kersh goes, and there's a lot of things that go on here. I mean, not only is he pitching well, it's like, holy crap, like, you're not going to put him in the bullpen in the postseason, right? You're not going to leave him off the postseason roster, right? So the good thing, Shohei Ohtani pitches well, doesn't count against the roster limit, so it won't be an issue to keep him on the roster. But, I mean, if he pitches like this, you don't leave a guy that is at a 2 ERA in his last 7 starts off your postseason roster. We have a long time to get there. We'll see if he stays healthy, who's healthy in the rotation at that point. But at this point, the body of work that we've seen makes you think that this isn't, hey, I'm here to get my 3,000 strikeouts, and then the next day I'm going to retire. That's not how this feels. There is a world where that could have felt that way, where he goes out there, is getting rocked and getting 2 or 3 strikeouts a game, and then it's just this painful thing where it's kind of like one of those things where you go to your friend's house and his old 18-year-old dog comes in and you got to pet him and be like, oh, he looks so cute. He looks so great. Oh, my God, he looks so good for his age. But in your mind, you're like, dude, why don't they put this guy to sleep, man? You're like, this guy needs to go, right? It's not like that. This guy still has some gas left in the tank, and he still can contribute. So, yeah, some of the expected stuff is there that's higher. Some of this FIP of his expected numbers that he is due for some regression to the mean. But, yeah, Ellis Shiva Jones, love your shirt. Thanks, Ellis Shiva Jones. Foxy Cinnamon, Roger Smith, Ellis Shiva Jones pauses officially on the All-Star ballot for Phase 2 of voting. We'll talk some Andy Pages. Cannot wait to break down his play at the end. But here was Kersh's battery mate today, Will Smith, talking about the Dodgers' sweep of the Rockies and Kersh and how he looked today.
How did you feel out there today?
Oh, I felt good, actually.
That would be Kersh again. So give me a second. We'll get Will Smith, Smitty. He loves talking to the media. Well, I don't know about that, but he does talk to the media. And when he does, he gives really insightful looks to pitchers where he's at. He's having himself a great season. I'm just glad this team is out of Colorado, man. I mean, you win a close game in Colorado, you feel good about that one. But let's get to Will Smith. Here's Will Smith talking about Clayton Kershaw.
All right, Will, obviously Clayton Kershaw chasing wins and strikeouts today. Why was he so good?
Yeah, he just, had stuff going today. He was executing pitches, getting ahead of guys. Get some soft contact early, punching guys out with 2 strikes. Pitched really well.
Even at this stage of his career and you catching him so many times, are you amazed by how good he still is and the different ways he finds to be good?
Yeah. I mean, he knows what he's doing out there. He knows how to find outs. He knows how to pitch. So it's fun being back there with him. Seeing him work, seeing him go out there and give us quality start after quality start. We need that.
So Freddie's been keeping count for him, how many he's away from 3,000. Were you keeping count behind the plate today?
Yeah, I knew today. So hopefully next start he gets to 3,000 and can celebrate with him.
He credited the biggest play of the game today to Miguel Rojas on that ball down the line by Tolia. How big of a play was that to get you guys out of the inning?
Yeah, that was huge. Tough play, tough hop. Still made it. Doubled him up. Then later, the little slow roller with Kirby on the mound. Get out of that inning. He made 2 huge plays. It's no question how good he is defensively over there. So it's good to see him out there.
Thanks.
So, yeah, as Clayton Kershaw said in his postgame, interview that, yeah, that was just a massive play by Miguel Rojas. And look, Rojas is another guy that he saw what happened to Austin Barnes. He saw what happened to Chris Taylor. He realized that, hey, if you want to stay on this team, you have got to perform. And there's no secret that the Dodgers, they're not afraid to make bold moves. And if they think that Miguel Rojas can't help this team and that they can go and find someone that can upgrade this roster in any capacity, they won't be afraid to do it. It will be like the scene where Jamal Adams is going to the Jets facility and he's unable to open the door because they changed the codes. Dodgers will do that, so it's really good for Rojas that he's shown his last couple opportunities that he can still hit the baseball, an extra base hit today that set up a run, and the big defensive play, the big double play that really took Kershaw's outing from one that could have been a little rocky, put the Dodgers behind, but was able to keep them in front. Here was Rojas after the game talking about the play he made that really was the defensive play of the game, other than the one that ended the game that we'll talk about in a minute, and Kershaw's performance.
Rojas making great plays at third base behind Clayton Kershaw. Wearing number 72 is nothing new, but Clayton credited you for the biggest play of the game, that ground ball to Tolia to get that double play. How big of a play was that?
Yeah, I mean, he never gets old, having the opportunity to play behind one of the best pitchers of my generation and a big guy for our organization. Even though we all know that, I mean, all he cares about is winning and winning baseball games and contribute. It's like, I mean, I never take it for granted when I take the field and Kershaw's on the mound. Make me kind of reflect on my debut. Today was kind of an emotional day for me. I don't know why. I show up to the field and kind of see my name in the lineup, third base, Kershaw's pitching. I make my debut here in Colorado with Kershaw pitching and playing third base. So it was kind of like a full circle moment for me today. It was like on my feelings, and definitely felt good to help and contribute to getting a W. And I mean, it's always nice to do something for the team, and especially when you do something for Kershaw. I'll do anything for that guy. I seen his career. I got the opportunity to play when he was at the top of the game. He seems to still be there. I'm so happy for him, and I'm happy for the team that we got the W and we swept here.
You've seen the evolution of his career. Today, 6 innings, 69 pitches. I mean, are you as amazed as all of us that he's doing it this way?
Yeah, the thing is, you can never bet against him. Kershaw's a guy who's always been true to himself. He knows what he needs to work on and the things that he needs to do to be better and to be a good pitcher. And I feel like he's not going to change who he is. And regardless of the velocity, when I was here at the beginning, it was 96, 90, 95. Now it's not quite like that, but he never changed the style of pitching. He knows how to attack hitters, and I'm impressed, yes, because it's not easy to do it for that long, but I'm not super because I know what he's capable of, and he's one of the best of the game, and to me, the best lefty that I have ever seen.
All right, so for Miguel Rojas, your last 2 starts, you've come up big, not only defensively but offensively. Do you feel like the off-season surgery and all that is behind you and you're starting to feel like yourself again?
No, it's not just that. It's like I wasn't getting good at bats against left-handed pitching. I feel like I've been making the adjustment. I need to be productive against left-handed pitching because that's my job. And the last couple of days, I've been doing what I'm supposed to do against left-handed. I feel so much better. I made a couple adjustments offensively, and I don't think the surgery or anything like that was a factor. It was just me trying to find something that it was like a little bit more repeatable every single day that I get to play, because it's not easy not playing for 4 days and get at bats against lefties. Sometimes I was trying to do too much, and I'm trying to kind of like do something that is more repeatable, and it's been working the last couple starts.
So give Miggy Rose some love. I know some people have big opinions towards Miguel Rojas. They don't love him on the roster for some reason, but this is a guy that plays multiple positions on the infield at above average level defensively, and now offensively, when he's getting those opportunities, he's hitting. Heading into this game, he was 5 for 16 in the month of June, hitting over 300. Last time he got a start, he went 2 for 3, had a double and a home run, and today he gets that big double off the lefty Austin Gomber in the 3rd inning that set up the first run of the game for the Dodgers after the infield single by Betts. So He's giving you something offensively. The defense was game-changing today with that big double play in the fourth, so he deserves a lot of credit because, look, he is role player Rojas. Role player Rojas. He knows his role, Rojas, and his role is, hey, I don't know when you got to play me, but whenever you play me, I'm going to give you good at-bats. I'm going to put the ball in play. I'm going to play great defense. And guess what? You don't have to worry about me rotting on this bench because you don't need to worry about developing me because I'm not a young player. I'm a veteran. I provide a clubhouse presence, and you can't have that last guy on the bench as a guy that you need to develop, right? I mean, Don Rush needs to play more. Hesong Kim needs to play more, not Miguel Rojas. But it is important when he does play that he's respectable, and he's been more than respectable. Role player Rojas, knowing his role and getting it done. And then, of course, the big show, as he almost always does, he makes his impact on this game. Runs really were at a premium in this one. The Dodgers searching for more runs because you can never have enough runs in this one. Well, Shohei Ohtani, he comes up big, and you're starting to see the power numbers start to explode again for Shohei. He steps up to the plate. The Dodgers up just 2-1, and he's facing Kinley. Really great at-bat there. Falls behind the count 0-2. Then seventh pitch of the at-bat, he goes big fly. His 28th home run of the season. Dodgers go up 3-1.
There's one golfed in the air, right center field toward the Dodger bullpen and into the bullpen.
And how about Kirby Yates? Kirby Yates, like Kirby, the video game character, just eating up that ball, making that catch in the Dodgers bullpen in Colorado. And Shohei, you're starting to see that power go up. He had gone 7 straight games without a home run during the Dodgers' last homestand. And for Shohei, that feels like 7 weeks or 7 months. But now he's really starting to turn it up with the slug. He has a home run in 3 of his last 4 games, up to 28 on the seasons. And then we got to talk about the play that ended the game. So Tanner Scott, he goes out there to close things out. He walks Freeman to lead off the inning. And then he bounces back. He strikes out Beck, challenges him, four-seam fastball up in the zone. And then with Estrada at the plate, Freeman at first on the 2-2, he hits a sinking liner to Pages, and Pages says, hey, don't test me. And he doubles up Freeman at first to end the game.
Here comes the 2-2. Estrada in the air left center field. Pages is over to make the catch. He throws back to first, and he is doubled off!
Andy Pages doubling up Freeman. By the way, our Freeman's better than your Freeman. Our Freeman's better. Our Freeman's a World Series MVP. But to double up Freeman to end that game, that was just incredible. And just an awesome play. I mean, you see that sinking liner. He makes the catch and then right away makes the transfer, gets it over to first. Frey does a nice job going to his right, playing it on that hop there. And that ends the game. The Dodgers get the dub. And Andy Pages is a star. He is a star. And if you look at the All-Star voting right now, he has made it to Phase 2. So how about that? Andy Pages making it to the Phase 2 of the NL outfielders. He's a finalist. You got Pete Crow Armstrong, Teoscar Hernandez, Ron Acuna Jr., Kyle Tucker, Andy Pages, and then Juan Soto. So if I told you before the year, if I told you before this season that Andy Pages at 1.789 million votes was going to have more All-Star votes than Juan Soto at 1.49 million, what would you tell me? You'd tell me I was lying. You'd call me a liar, but that is the case. Andy Pages right now with the 5th most votes of any National League outfielder, and he's right there in most categories. Defensively, he's right near the top for defensive runs saved. He has been absolutely fantastic for the Dodgers, and he is going to be a part of this future for a long time. He is their best homegrown talent since 2019 when Will Smith came up and emerged. So, hey, I'm happy for Andy Pages, and whether or not he's an all-star, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I think for him as a player, he would love that, and you want that absolutely. But just because he's not an all-star doesn't mean he's not a star. And I think that at this point, you could seriously, firmly say that Andy Paz is a legitimate star. He's had a better offensive season than Mookie Betts so far at the plate, and he's only getting better. So great to see Andy Paz with that. But let me know down below in the comment section. Give me your MV3, 3 most important players in this game. And I want all your big takeaways, all your Dodgers thoughts. We've been on live 2 times today. If you haven't yet, go back and watch. We did a Dodgers Dugout live, talked about trade rumors, Sandy Alcantara, things like that before the show today. So go back and watch that. That was today at 11. And we're going to be back tomorrow. I got my friend Casey Porter on the show talking about the prospects that are emerging tomorrow. We got Buster Olney coming on soon. So lots of guests. Miguel Rojas is going to be on the show. We got Steve Schmidt. I don't care what Rojas did in the past. He has no bearing on who he is or isn't. Ellis Shiva Jones. Miggy Rose is still elite defensively. Rojas giving love to Kershaw. Relax, people. Clayton Edward Kershaw is a living legend. Agree, glaucoma. If we need someone to hit into a double play, call on Miggy Rowe. Ouch, bruh. Yeah, I'll never forget the triple play with Shohei Ohtani at the plate. Kirby down B from David Raw. Yeah, I thought Kirby Yates. Good to see him kind of get back into the action. He's looking better and better. Michael Kopech, I think, had a positive start, positive appearance today. Yes, you see some walks from that Dodgers pen, but ultimately they were able to get the job done today in Colorado, and you get the big sweep in this one. So good game all around, a good team win all around. Couple more here. I think Pog has made it to the phase 2 of the All-Star. Yeah, we just talked about that. Best homegrown is Belly. That's from Mark. How could you say that? First of all, it's Corey Seager, but Belly is a good homegrown talent. But Cody Bellinger is, as far as homegrown talent in the organization, I mean, he had the MVP year, and of course his peak, no doubt about, was better. Belly has 26.8 WAR in his career, actually having an above average season for the New York Yankees this season. So that's definitely a major positive for him. I always, I'm a Belly Ever. Don't stop Belly even. But I think at the end of the day, Will Smith will surpass Cody Bellinger. He already is closing in on overall WAR. Smith, a 3.3 WAR year this season. He's sitting at a career WAR of 21.8, and he's going to make his 3rd All-Star team as a catcher. Cody Bellinger at 26.8 WAR, and that is in more games. That's in significantly more games than him. So, yeah, he has a 2-time All-Star, too, and Cody Bellinger is a 2-time All-Star, and Will Smith will be a 3-time All-Star. And then, look, if we're being completely honest, I mean, Corey Seager is on another tier than both of those guys throughout his career, even though he's not having the best of years. So I would definitely have him ahead of him as a homegrown talent. Belly stayed zooted. Can't wait for Kershaw. That's from Mark. We've got Victor Banos. Here's the MV3. Give me your 3 most important Dodgers from today's win. Kike Hernandez destroyed Belly's arm. Yep, that was tough in the 2020 postseason. J-Kid 323. I'm voting for Maximus Muncy over Machado. Goonies Machado. Okay, you guys are calling him the Goonies. That's okay. That's good times. That's good times. He's Sloth from the Goonies, right? Hey, you guys! All right, guys. Couple more here on the Dodgers Nation post game show. Home smoke. That's from Don Kim, Steve Schmidt. Home cooking. Kirby Yates greater than Kirby Yikes out there. Why Muncy had today off? Yeah, I mean a lot of guys that have been playing well. I mean, you had a lefty on the mound and Gomber, so that's the explanation there. And you also want to keep Kike and Rojas relevant. So Conforto and Muncy not in the starting lineup today. Kike is the best because he doesn't give an F. I love that. So, yeah, my MV3 today, I got to go Clayton Kershaw. I'm going Clayton Kershaw, obvious choice. Second in this one, I got to go Freddie Freeman, the RBI. That was big at the time. Yes, Shohei hit a bomb later, but let's put MV3 in there. And then I want to say I want to say Shohei Ohtani, but it almost feels like he's rolling out of bed hitting a home run now. I'm going Andy Pages. Even though he went 0 for 4 and had 3 strikeouts, not some great offense. Today the Dodgers went 2 for 10 with runners in the scoring position, and Pages went 0 for 2 in those situations. But that double play to end the game, who knows what could have happened if he doesn't make that play. If he doesn't make that play, next pitch could be a 2-run home run, and then it's tied. It's Coors Field. You could lose. Those are my MV3 today, 3 most important players that led to a Dodgers win. Kersh, Freddie, and Andy Pages. But let me get your guys down below. LSU says Kershaw, Rojas, Ohtani. Yeah, you can make a case for Rojas for sure. Why Kim have this series off as a question? I am Scott, Nico Suave. I want to go Kersh game this weekend. We've got Parker Lee. If you hit a grand slam, you get the day off. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's kind of crazy stuff. But all right, guys, final thoughts on this one. Just a great afternoon, and definitely don't take these for granted. I think Kersh has more gas in the tank. I truly do. I don't think it's a guarantee that's going to retire after this season. It's very possible, but every single time he goes out there, it is Clayton Kershaw Appreciation Day. Enjoy it. Savor it. He's given us parts of 18 seasons with great moments, and it's going to be a historic and a very great moment the next time we see him on the bump, because he's 3 strikeouts away from 3,000. So Clayton Kershaw doing goat shaw things today at Coors Field. It was a great sight to see. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you have any idea, it's a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And if you really want to support the show and the channel, go to gearup.la to get our merch. You have a new Andy Pages shirt that's just released. And comment and hit that like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers. But that's going to do it, guys. See you tomorrow. And remember that nothing brings together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.